Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
KBEK Sports. Local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15. He's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Slips one, slips a second, able to get away for Sluga. Back underneath, far side, and a goal!
To the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow. Mora, Pine City, North Branch, Bram, East Central, Hinckley Finlayson, Malacca. Find out who plays next at kbek.com.
What can you get for $5? $5 lunch deal all month long from 11 to 3, Monday through Friday. Sandwich and chips, from classic grilled cheese to ham and Swiss, or turkey and cheddar at Burnett Dairy Bistro. Who doesn't love a great deal? $5 lunch at Burnett Dairy Bistro all month long. Burnett Dairy Cooperative, real farms, real flavor. Visit us online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Cooperative Pizza of the Month is sweet and spicy pepperoni. This take and bake pizza is a must for all you pepperoni lovers out there. Only found at Burnett Dairy Cooperative Bistro. Found in January, it's National Cheese Lovers Day. Burnett Dairy Cheese Store is celebrating. There will be cheeses in the store for only $2.99 a pound and 99-cent fried cheese curds. Stop on in and celebrate National Cheese Lovers Day at Burnett Dairy Cheese Store, January 19th through the 21st.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, your home for today's state tournament matchup here in Class 3A for the North Branch Vikings, who are getting set to take on the Mankato East Cougars. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. I'll be bringing you all the action here from Caswell Park in Mankato. 4 fields of action going on here as we speak. Looks like a couple fields may have yet to start their action, but we're getting warmed up here for North Branch and Mankato East. Last year, Mankato East won this state tournament for Class 3A, so North Branch taking on the defending champions of Class 3A in the Mankato East Cougars. For North Branch, not the regular season they would have hoped for, wins and loss-wise, but the postseason, what a run it has been for North Branch, a postseason to remember. Again, regular season-wise, could have a lot left to be desired as they finish as the number 6 seed in their section. But they went on an absolute tear, beating teams like Chisago Lakes, Rock Ridge, Hibbing, and Grand Rapids to make it here to state. All teams, including Rock Ridge, was the number 1 team, and all teams well higher than them in the win-loss record, the QRF ranking. Everything you looked at, teams above them were well above them in the standings, but that did not matter for North Branch. They even lost their starting third baseman in the preseason, but that did not bother them as they, with an incredible postseason run, made it here to the state tournament for Class 3A, finishing in the Section 4-4, 9-13. That I do believe includes some of those playoff wins. So an incredible postseason run for the North Branch Vikings. And, you know, I had a awesome interview with the owner of our title sponsor, Here's the Pitch, Jan Bernier. I got an interview with her here at Caswell Park, as you might hear that wind picking up quite a bit. We do have a system that is just to our north right now, looking like it's moving a little bit south, so we might be in for some rain, but again, the winds today were forecasted to be gusting. I think I heard 40 miles an hour across the state of Minnesota, so not surprised to see some of that wind, but it does look like the clouds are rolling in. Hopefully we can get out of here without getting wet. Of course, I don't necessarily have anything to cover the equipment, so hopefully I might have to sacrifice the body. Might be a little bit cold, but I'll do it. I'll do it just for the equipment's sake. But North Branch is out here at Caswell Park on Field 4 for their state tournament matchup against Mankato East. We had the Class 4A games happen just before us. Here they had the early slate at 10 a.m. is when those games started. And New Prague, one of the winners there over St. Michael Albertville, as well as Rogers over Edina, and Forest Lake over Eden Prairie. No word yet as to the Stillwater Rosemount game, but I heard that early in that one, Stillwater was up over Rosemount. So we'll keep you up to date on all of that. But again, here, wind picking up. I'm trying to hold the computer open because it is just, it's blowing that strong, ladies and gentlemen. If I didn't put on the weight over the winter, I'd be blown away. But Here we are at Caswell Park, and as I mentioned before, I had an interview with our title sponsor, Here's the Pitch owner, Jan Bernier, and we'll hear that interview here in just a moment as we get set for first pitch here between North Branch and last year's Class 3A champion Mankato East. Ethan Game Day Gilman will bring you all the action from this game here today. So stay tuned as we have first pitch coming up in just a little bit. But first, why don't we take a time to hear a word from our fine sponsors and that interview with Jan Bernier of Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Baseball and softball coaches, are you looking for dry, warm practice time?
Here's the Pitch in North Branch can help. Here's the Pitch offers amazing indoor options for your team.
Offering state-of-the-art pitching machines and batting cages.
And space for you to give instruction without worrying about the weather outside.
Take your athletes to the next level.
Coach up your team during every season or off-season. Affordable practice space for your ball teams.
Make your reservation today.
Call Here's the Pitch today or visit them on Facebook.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Ethan Game Day Gilman here, and I'm joined by a special guest for today's broadcast. I'm joined by Jan Bernier, owner of Here's the Pitch. First of all, Jan, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me.
And this is a special occasion here. You coming to state, not for me, but for the North Branch Vikings. Your daughter, a part of this team. What does it mean to be down here, a part of state once again? As you mentioned to me before, your daughter, kind of a book ending for her.
So Hannah pitched North Branch to the state tournament in 2021 as a freshman. She's now a senior, so she managed to pitch them back here. Obviously, she would credit her team. You need run support, you need a defense, and so they stepped up and through sections, even though the season didn't go anywhere near where they wanted to be. In the regular season, they stepped up when they needed to.
And it's been a journey for them this season. You mentioned the wins versus losses, not quite how they wanted during the regular season, but this postseason has just been so much fun to be a part of. What has it been like to watch not only your daughter, but this team and their journey throughout this playoff?
Well, quite honestly, it makes you sick to your stomach because you have no idea what's going to happen today. So, we didn't eat breakfast any day of section game because we were as nervous as they were. It's been phenomenal to watch them play the best they can the last 4 games of this season. Hannah's pitched phenomenally well, especially the last 3 games. The Hibbing game was really, really cold, and so it ended up 9-7. It was kind of a disaster for errors, and it was raining, and so, but to have them come back the next time and beat Chisago and then beat Rock Ridge and then beat Grand Rapids, you can't ask for more. They left every game, they left it on the field, and we're just so proud of them.
Absolutely, and you being the owner of Here's the Pitch, I know I'm told some of the girls on the team are part of Here's the Pitch. What has that been like for you to see them girls not only play, but be a part of Here's the Pitch?
I'm really, really thankful because my husband and I have personal relationships with the kids who work for us. We have 4 of the girls work for me, so to see them every day in a different setting, know the quality of kid they are, whether they take the field today or they are in the dugout as a backup, doesn't matter. We love these kids. We love them on the field, off the field. They're great kids. They're some of my daughter's best friends. So it's phenomenal. And the team trains with us. So it's also fun to see the entire varsity team has come in numbers of times this year during rainouts, they come to hit. They come to just sit on the turf and have a team building moment. So we know the kids on the team. They're fantastic humans. We also have 10 seniors. And those kids are going to do great things. We already know they're going to go do great things in life. So it's phenomenal. They're great kids. Allie, Abby, Alexis, and my daughter all work for us. They all teach lessons. They all work with little kids. They're phenomenal kids. We couldn't ask for better.
And being part of that, you get to experience kind of the season with the girls. What has that been like to watch them when maybe they didn't have a game that they would have liked to have, or just seeing the growth of this team too? What has that been like for you to be able to see that with them coming in there?
So as I played for a long time, I played fast pitch for a long time as a kid. So it's been frustrating. It's been phenomenal, right? Like to see somebody work their butt off in the cage who didn't hit well 1, 2, 3 games in a row to then have 2 big hits against Hibbing. Alexis batted fantastic against Hibbing, but she put the work in. Abby plays she's our second baseman. She's worked and worked and worked to correct her swing. So it's tremendous that the work ethic this team has, but this is a team who has grit, right? They play with their hearts on their sleeves sometimes, but they're just a really gritty team. And to see them come in, work in the cage, and then take some of the clues that we give them, right? So you're dropping your shoulder, you got to level out your swing, fix your feet, all that stuff. They take it, they use it, they get better. And that's what you need at this to get to here. They needed the extra effort, and the kids put in the extra effort to get here.
Absolutely. And for you, what is it like to be able to go to these games and watch the girls play? Is it a little bit frustrating sometimes when you see them making mistakes, going like, hey, do this instead? What has that been like?
As we love the game, right? Our kid loves the game. I've always loved the game. I was fortunate enough, I have 3 sisters. I played with them every sport available growing up. So I know what it's like to have teammates like the kids on this team. To see them, the growth. If you took game 2, because game 1 went really well in the regular season, game 2 to now, these kids have grown not only in their skills, but emotionally and mentally. They've had to get tougher. They've had to listen to Coach Crudo and the coaching staff who push. They are pushed to be better. The expectations are never, ever low for this team. They never have been. But I think that's what the parents expected too. Like, we all had really high expectations coming in. We unfortunately lost our starting third baseman to a knee injury the last preseason scrimmage. And so she has not set foot on the field during the regular season or postseason, which is when you plan for somebody like Erin Pedersen to be in your lineup and to be a rock solid third baseman, it got the kids down, right? We had to put somebody who never has played third at third. And so they've had to teach her how to play third and pick her up and just keep fighting. Like, our outfield has rotated through trying to find the right combination. Our order has changed. We've moved our batting order around excessively to trying to find the right combination. And it has taken time. And you only have 20 regular season games. So as much as the losses are frustrating or the errors are frustrating, we had to do it all to get to this point. And so I think it's probably a natural progression. It just feels consolidated and squished to see it happen. When they play 3 days a week, they had games 3 days a week since the first week of April. And so there's not a lot of time to get better either, right? Because you're on the field playing in a contest that's going to count for you or against you. But they have grown so much. They're mentally a better team, emotionally a better team. And they're here because they love each other.
Absolutely, and I don't think as a team you get to a place like this without having that kind of camaraderie as a team. But back to you, the passion is there. You talked about playing softball for a long time. You got sisters who have played softball. So what has it been like being the owner of Here's Pitch and watching different groups of people come in there and be able to watch them on their journey?
So I practiced law for 20 years, and I told my husband I was just really burnt out. As a litigator, you work all the time. So you never went on a vacation without me taking my computer. And so for me, it was, we're going to do I stepped away from everything for a summer. I traveled with Hannah playing club. She was playing club level softball. I told my husband I wanted to open a batting cage. He thought I was crazy. And maybe a little bit I am. But he bought into the whole thing. We have some really great friends who stepped up and helped us do the build out when we found the space. I am passionate about the game. I absolutely love the game. I love to watch little kids come in, our little 6-year-olds who come in. I have a little 6-year-old little boy who comes and hits off our baseball machine. It's not that skill that's unusual. And so but even to see through lessons, we offer lessons, baseball and fast pitch lessons, to see the growth in a kid who comes back every week or every other week, and then to get the email that says, my kid hit a grand slam, right? Thanks for the help. Like, thanks for your coaching, your instructing, your whatever we're doing to help that kid get better. That is the most rewarding thing. I've been in really high dollar litigation. We've won cases. It still doesn't feel the same as when a little kid gets a home run. And that kid came in months ago and couldn't hit the ball off the tee. It's just a different rewarding thing. And it has allowed me to spend a lot of time with my kid. So she is a great instructor. She teaches pitching lessons, hitting lessons. But to see these kids, who now will go on and do other things, teach little kids, is probably my favorite part of all of it.
And it's got to be, it feels so rewarding. You mentioned it as the owner of Here's the Pitch. Tell us a little bit more about the business of Here's the Pitch, obviously located in North Branch.
So we're in North Branch. We're in the old outlet mall. So if you're coming to the facility, they are rebuilding it. Like, it got cleaned out by the time COVID hit. A lot of businesses pulled out. They are rebuilding it. There's new places coming in all the time. We're straight in off the main entrance. We have 5 cages. We rent cages by hour. We have a baseball pitching machine, a softball pitching machine. They are not coin operated. You do feed the balls. They're machines you'd find in college baseball parks. We also have tees and screens and a pitching mound. We have pitching mats for girls or little kids who don't get pitch off a mound. On the baseball side, we have instructors. So former college players, my high school kids teach. We offer all of it. You just have to give us a call. Our website is not complete. It has been pushed aside as we deal with the high school season and just the regular business of running a business. So just call 651-706-2729.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again. That is Jan Bernier of Here's the Pitch. Thank you so much for joining me doing this interview. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have a lot of fun watching the softball action here today.
Thank you so much. Go Lights.
Perfect. Thank you so much once again.
It's nice to meet you.
Does radio advertising work? It just did. Make it work for you. Contact us at wcmpradio.com.
Well, back here on Nice 95.5 FM, a little bit of rain has found its way into the area. Not coming down real good yet, but there was a big system that was making its way this way, kind of. So we'll wait and see if that decides to make and be any of a factor. Taking a look at your starting lineups for the North Branch Vikings. Starting and batting first will be the catcher, Peyton Vernden. Then over at second, it will be Abigail Pfeiffer, wearing number 7. Then out in center field, number 11, batting in the 3 spot, Aubrey Charpentier. Then pitching today, it'll be number 14, Hannah Bernier. Then the designated player, number 15, Morgan Mann, batting in that 5th spot. Then after her, it'll be number 22 in left field at Alexis Matheson. Then after her, it'll be number 6 over at 3rd, Victoria Thurmer. Then it'll be number 12, the first baseman, Michaela Mihalovic. Then behind her, and batting 9th, will be the shortstop, number 3, Caitlin Hammond. And playing out in right today is number 9, Jersey Richter. Of course, Morgan Mann batting for her. Again, rain making its way into the area, so hopefully we get this game played all the way through. We'll see. Looking just north of us, it looks pretty cloudy, pretty gray. So hopefully this is all it is just sprinkles for us here in this one as we get set for first pitch here on Nice 95.5 FM KBK. Again, the wind's gusting at about 45 miles an hour is what's predicted. On the in the circle for the Mankato East Cougars is going to be number 7 for the Cougars. That'll be Kylan Stengel. And behind the mound and catching, if I can find it, is Destiny Reisner. That is who will be going out there for the Cougars. As I continue to deal with the wind, or try to anyways. So I apologize if you're hearing nothing but wind, but it's all we can do to try and get this game off. So, looks like Mankato East is all warmed up. They're set to go, and it'll be North Branch up first as the lower seed, the designated away team here at Caswell Park and Mankato. Again, if you're hearing wind, well, not much I can do about it. I'll try putting up the book in front of the mic. Maybe that'll help just a little bit. Peyton Vernden will lead off for the North Branch Vikings here in this Class 3A state tournament game at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota. Ethan Game Day Gilman right here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. And that is as good as you can get for first pitch. Right here it comes. And it is in there for strike 1 from Kylan Stengel. So 0-1 count now for Vernden. First pitch right at 12:30. Can't ask for much better. This one's going to be on the ground towards second. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. So 1 down early here for the Vikings, and now coming up to the plate is the second baseman, Abigail Pfeiffer. 1 down here at the beginning of this game. North Branch taking on Mankato East. Abigail Pfeiffer at the plate now. Again, wind consistently now, probably at about 20 miles an hour. It is just a blowing, but here's the pitch from Stengel. That's high for ball 1. A 2-pitch out to begin the game for the Cougars, and the Vikings. Pfeiffer trying to get on base for the Vikings. Here's the pitch from Stengel, and that one swung on and missed for strike 1. 1-1 count now for Abigail Pfeiffer. Again, this Mankato East team, the defending champs of Class 3A, they won the state championship last year. So they are the defending champs, trying to go back-to-back, and this one's going to be just outside for ball 2 to Abigail Pfeiffer. 1 down here in the top of the first for the Vikings. That was their leadoff batter, Peyton Vernon. And now a 2-1 count here for Pfeiffer. Stengel readies, and here's the pitch. And here's the pitch. Brought you your starting lineup, so I want to make sure I mention that. Forgot to mention that. I'll mention it plenty here. As got an interview with Here's the Pitch owner, Jan Bernier. Grateful for her doing that interview. I greatly appreciate it. She took time out of watching her daughter play here today to do that, or warm up, so I appreciate that. If you didn't hear that, well, be sure to tune in. We'll kind of grab some clips here and there from that interview as well during the broadcast, as that one is swung on and fouled back into the fence. So it's going to be a 2-2 count now here for Abigail Pfeiffer. Top of the first, 1 down for the Vikings. They are wearing their all-black uniforms, the white socks, the white letters and numbers outlined in the red. And here's a pitch from Stengel from Mankato East. Swing and a miss there for Pfeiffer. That'll be out number 2 for North Branch. So, no, apparently that was strike 2. So the scoreboard must have just been off by 1 strike. So that was strike 2, according to the scoreboard, unless she fouled it, in which that appears to be the case, that she could have foul-tipped that one. So Abigail Pfeiffer still alive at the plate as she fouls that one off back into the walking path. Everybody's okay, at least they appear to be. And Pfeiffer back to the plate once again. So no 2 down. She did foul-tip the previous one, in which it appeared to be a strikeout, but not the case. And here's the pitch from Stengel. That one swung on and missed for a strikeout for out number 2. So now 2 down for the Vikings, and coming to the plate, Aubrey Charpentier. She'll play out in center today for the Vikings. Steps into the right-handed batter's box. It's Kylan Stengel pitching for Mankato East. Here's the pitch from her. That one is outside for ball 1. As I mentioned, the Vikings wearing their all-black uniforms, the white belt, white socks, white letters and numbers outlined in the red. The Cougars wearing their all-black uniforms as well, white socks, white letters and numbers outlined in the Mankato East gold and the white belt as well. That one is in there for strike 1 to Charpentier. Top of the first, 2 down for the Vikings in this Class 3A quarterfinal matchup. 4 of them going on at this point. We'll take a look at who is all playing right now. Here's the pitch, and that one swung on and missed by Charpentier for strike 2. Charpentier with a 1-2 count now. Other games going on in the 4 fields next to us. Benil St. Margaret's playing against Creighton Durham Hall, the number 1 seed. Then St. Francis battling Ricori, and Winona playing against Simley. Those are the other games going on here in Class 3A. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that is in there for strike 3, and Charpentier will go down looking as out number 3. So the Vikings go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the first. As we head on down to the bottom of the first inning here at Caswell Park, it will be Mankato East's turn to take to the plate, and North Branch will head to the field. We'll take a commercial break here on Nice 95.5.
Interested in raising funds for your school or organization? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is now participating in cheese fundraisers. Raise funds by selling cheese to your friends and family and supporting our local farmers. Please call us at 715-689-2053 to find out more.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
So back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. Game Day Gilman here, bringing you all the action from this Class 3A state tournament. Coming up now will be Mankato East to the plate for their turn to try and get something going. But for North Branch, they will look to not allow a single run, as Hannah Bernier will be the catcher for North Branch, or the pitcher for North Branch. While behind the plate is Peyton Verndon. So Verndon and Bernier gonna try and hold off the Cougars off the board. Maddie Beatty to the plate. She's the Cougars center fielder. She'll be their leadoff batter, stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Rain coming down here, trying to as the first pitch here to Beatty is ball one. So 1-0 count now for Maddie Beatty, the leadoff batter for Mankato East. Looking to bunt and run, and that one she pulls back in time for ball two. So a 2-0 count for Beatty. Hannah Bernier, the pitcher for North Branch. Of course, her mom, the owner of Here's the Pitch in North Branch. First pitch is swung, or bunted down to the third baseline, and the throw on to first is in time. Man, Beatty with a ton of speed, but the third baseman is going to get her out at first on a nice throw over there. That is Victoria Thurmer with the throw down to first for out number one. Rain's starting to pick up just a little bit, not enough to really call the game, so we'll be fine. So one down now for Mankato East, and Kylan Stengel will step to the plate, the Cougars pitcher. Hannah Bernier readies, and here's the pitch. That one's going to be rolling in the dirt for ball one. Sure. So trying to keep us dry here as the rain just can't seem to decide what it wants to do. As we try to move back just a little bit, so sorry. So trying to get out of the rain, and a 1-1 count for Stengel. And that one is outside for ball two. 2-1 count now for the pitcher for Mankato East, Kylan Stengel, and here's the pitch from Bernier. It's inside for ball three. I believe. No, that apparently a 2-2 count. Oh, 2-2 count according to the scoreboard there. It's 3-1. Okay. Watching the umpire there. It is 3-1, and that one's going to be outside, and that will be ball four. So was a 3-1 count, and Stengel with ball four will walk to first. So runner at first, one down. And now coming to the plate, Haley Paetzel, the first baseman. A quick players-only conference there in the pitcher circle for North Branch. They try to discuss what is happening here for Pitzel, as they try to get the next 2 outs, get out of this inning without surrendering a run, then they can get back to the plate. And I had an interview, as you might have heard if you didn't. I had the opportunity to interview the owner of Here's the Pitch in North Branch pregame. And she was kind enough to do an interview and talked about, Here's the Pitch in North Branch, how she has her daughter, the pitcher, the starting pitcher. That ball, by the way, going to get away from the catcher, Vernon. And that is going to be a pass ball, which will allow Stengel to reach second. So now we run around second with 1 down for Mankato East. Hannah Bernier, the daughter of Jan Bernier, the owner of Here's the Pitch, and had a word with her. It was an awesome interview. Got to hear her about how she has some of the girls on this North Branch softball squad who work there at Here's the Pitch, and how she sees not just her squad, the North Branch Vikings, come in, but young ladies, kids who play baseball, the youth program in baseball, and that one swing, and it is gone. Haley Patzel, maybe. And that is a home run, a 2-run home run by Patzel, Michaelis. So Haley Petzel with the home run, and that'll make it a 2-0 game in favor of Mankato East, with now nobody on and 1 down. So a good swing there from Haley Petzel, and that makes it a 2-0 game for Mankato East. As now to the plate is the third baseman for Mankato East, Jada Swalve. And the first pitch to her is ball 1. So a 1-0 count to Swalve. That one swung on and missed for strike 1. 1-1 count for the Mankato East third baseman. Next one. And that next one will be ball 2. So 2-1 count now for Swalve. And here's the pitch from Bernier. That one just inside for ball 3. 3-1 count. And for Bernier, this is a big spot. If you didn't hear the interview, she pitched in the state tournament for North Branch as a freshman in 2021. So now it all kind of comes to a close here in 2024, her senior year. As this one is swung on and fouled down the first base line by Swalve. And 2-2 count now. 1 down for Mankato East. They had that home run from Petzel. It made it a 2-0 game. Bernier readies, and here's the 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and fouled back. Herndon not able to get to it in time, and that will just be a simple foul ball. Bottom of the first, 1 down for Mankato East, a 2-2 count for Swalve. Bernier readies, here's the pitch. That one's low for ball 3. So Bernier, not a stranger to the state tournament. It's her second appearance as the starting pitcher. Again, she did so as a freshman, so got plenty of experience, and still got to work out the jitters, though. Here's the full count pitch. That one's going to be low, and that is ball 4. So Swalve will make her way down to first with 1 out, and now Emily Hacker to the plate, and Vernon will come out to the circle, have a word with her pitcher, Bernier. Just a quick word, try and get that confidence back. Again, it doesn't matter how much experience you have here. You still got to work out the jitters in the first game, especially in the first inning when you've got the wind as a factor. You've got a little bit of rain, not too much. That it shouldn't be too much of a factor, but it certainly does play into it. Now it looks like head coach will be out there for Bernier. Of course, Catherine Crudo, the coach, going to have a word with her pitcher. Just try and settle her down, get that confidence back for her, and tell her, hey, all we need is 2 outs to get out of the inning. So So that visit in the pitching circle is over, and we're back to action. A runner on first for Mankato East. And at the plate now, their shortstop, Emily Hacker. We're number 1. And this one going to be high for ball 1 to Hacker. Vernon keeps that runner at first. Runner at first trying to get a nice lead off, but Vernon quick out of the stance and very aware of where that runner's at. Here's the next one from Bernier. That one's going to get above Vernon, and your runner from first will move down to second on the wild pitch. So now a runner at second with 1 down. North Branch trying to get these final 2 outs and get themselves back to the plate. 2-0 count, and that one is strike 1. This late strike call, but it is in there for strike 1. 2-1 count now for Emily Hacker. And Bernier, the starting pitcher for North Branch, with the 2-1. That one swung on and just past the pitcher. The short, the second baseman can't grab it cleanly, and that'll get by her. The shortstop is able to grab it, but that will allow the runner to get to first. I don't know if that will count that as, I think that is an error. So runners at the corners with 1 down now. And now coming to the plate, Harley Wendinger at the plate. And the first pitch to her is ball 1. Runner from first advances to second on the steal. So base is open for Mankato East, but they'll try to keep that runner from going home. Bernier with the pitch. A bunt, and that's going to go foul for strike 1. So a bunt foul there by Wendinger. Herndon letting her defense know what they need to do here in this spot. 1-2 count for Wendinger. Here's the pitch from Bernier. Just high for ball 2. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Wendinger. And runners on second and third. 1 down for the Cougars. They lead 2-0 after a Petzel home run. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to be low. A swinging strike. And unfortunately, should have been a strikeout, but that ball got away. And a smart move by Vernon as she just allows that runner to get to first because she's protecting home plate, trying not to allow the run to get there. So now bases are loaded, but now if you want to find a silver lining, well, now any bag you can tag for an out as Destiny Reasoner to the plate for Mankato East. Wind picking up here again. The rain is coming down a little bit, but not so significant. First pitch is in here for strike 1 to Destiny Reasoner, and again, bases loaded. North Branch trying to get out of the inning with only allowing those 2 runs on the home run from Petzel. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That's high, and that'll be ball 1. So now a 1-1 count for Reasoner. Anna Bernier. Tough first inning for her, but if they can get out, it'll certainly get back to the plate and get some confidence that way. Here's the 1-1. That one is just inside for ball 2. A tough one there. That's a beautiful pitch from Bernier, but just inside. And now a 2-1 count for Reasoner. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one's inside, and that'll be ball 3. Now a 3-1 count, and danger here for Bernier is if she walks this better, that will walk home a run to make it 3-0. You induce a ground ball, you could get that double play and get out of the inning. Here is the 3-1 delivery, and that's high for ball 4. So that will unfortunately walk home a run and make it 3-0. So 3-0 is the Mankato East lead. And now Ella Hudspeth to the plate. Probably take my glasses off now. I don't need sunglasses. It's pretty cloudy out. So now again at the plate, Ella Hudspeth. You got bases loaded. Still only one down for the Mankato East Cougars. Vikings trail 3-0. I don't know if we maybe got a pinch runner. Nope. So we're back to action. Bernier readies, and with the pitch, that's inside for ball 1. And 3 other games going on here at Caswell Park as part of this Class 3A state tournament. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be high for ball 2. Tough start to the game for the North Branch Vikings. Bernier just trying to settle in here at the state tournament. And you got the wind as part of a factor. The rain is a factor as well. So it's not easy. And now a 3-0 count to Hudspeth. And Bernier could really use a strikeout here. And she'll come back with a nice strike there to make it 3-1 for Hudspeth. Bernier just needs a confidence boost right now. And in the state tournament, everything's turned up a notch. That one's going to be ball 4. So another walk for Mankato East. That will, again, score a run to make it 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. So now 4-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. North Branch trails Mankato East. Bernier with the pitch. That one's high for ball 1. Again, for Hannah Bernier, and the confidence is taking a hit here after that home run, and got a lot of factors playing against you. The wind, the rain a little bit, and that one's going to bounce to the catcher Verndon. Nice block, though. And she'll keep the runners at bay, and that'll make it a 2-0 count, though, for Kenley Staunton. Bernier with the pitch. That one's in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 2-1 count now. The number 9 batter for Mankato East Staunton. That one's going to be a ball, and lucky enough for North Branch and Verndon, that one hit the backstop, bounced back towards the catcher. So all the runners will stay at their bags. And I believe a 3-1 count now for Staunton. Bernier readies. Here's the 3-1. And that one's in there for strike 2. The batter thought she had a walk, but a nice pitch there from Bernier. And that'll run the count full. This would be a big out for North Branch as we, after this at-bat, will turn it over to the top of the order. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one swung on and fouled. Count will stay full. And here's the 3-2. That one swung on and hit just out of the infield. Oh, and the center fielder drops it. Had an opportunity at the out, but she dropped it, and that will allow a run to score. So an error out there in center will allow the run to score. That'll make it 5-0. Bases will stay loaded with only one out for North Branch. And that hurts. So an opportunity for an out. But unfortunately, the center fielder drops it, and now back to the top of the order. They have batted around, have Mankato East. Addie Beatty to the plate. That first pitch is in there to her for strike 1. So Bernier, these last couple of pitches, has seemingly gotten herself back into a rhythm, settled down a little bit. And unfortunately, the fielders haven't had a ton of work to do, so maybe that one caught the center fielder off guard a little bit. And 0-2 now as a swing and a miss from Beatty. Nice pitch from Bernier, and now Bernier, it does seem like she has gotten some of that confidence back. Here's the pitch from Bernier, and that one in there on the inside part of the plate for strike 3. That'll be out number 2. So she got her looking. Round number 2. So now 2 down, bases loaded, and to the plate, Kylan Stengel. Pitch from Bernier is in the dirt. That gets away enough. Play at the plate? No. That throw is late, and the runner from third will score. Runners advance to second and third. So you got first base open now. With 2 down, run did score to make it 6-0 Mankato East. So Stengel at the plate. Walked in her first appearance here in the first. This next one, Bernier took a little something off that one, and that one's in there. Or strike one. 1-1 count now to Stengel. Do have the bag open at first. Bernier, that one's going to be just outside for ball 2. 2-1 count for Stengel. Bernier readies. And here's the 2-1 delivery. Low, and that'll be ball 3. So now a 3-1 count for Stengel, and if you walk her here, not a big deal because you do have first base open, so it wouldn't hurt you as much as it would if bases were loaded, and that will be ball 4. So a second walk for Stengel in the inning, and she'll make her way down to first. So bases are loaded once again, and now Haley Petzel to the plate, and last time she was at the plate, well, it was good for Mankato, bad for North Branch because she hit a home run, and with bases loaded, that would be devastating for North Branch. So Bernier will be interesting to see what she does here. That one is, she took a little something off that one, but it will be low for ball 1. Good pitch, but just low. Still in the bottom of the first here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Vikings trail the Cougars 6-0. That ball going to get away from Verndon as it is inside, but not enough for Mankato East to try and score. So a 2-0 count now for Petzel. Bernier and the Vikings trying to get out of this first inning. That one is swung on, popped up towards the second baseman. It's just going to leave the infield. That'll score 1. That'll score 2. And it's a 2-run single for Petzel. So that will score 2. And now runners at the corners, 2 down. An 8-0 lead for Mankato East. Back at the plate, Swalve, Kayla Swalve. That one hit on the ground just past the pitcher. Oh, and the shortstop can't grab it either. That'll score 1, and it's an RBI single for Swalve. Another error there. So it won't be a single. It was an error as that hit 2 Viking players. So run scores, and it's now a 9-0 lead for Mankato East. Throw down to second. That is going to be in plenty of time, but the runner is safe. They couldn't take her, and the runner from third is going to score. Oh, my heavens. So with the steal to second, the runner from third scores, and now at 10-0. Mankato East, a huge first inning, and the Vikings trying to get out of it. So runner at second, Emily Hacker at the plate. Pitch is swung on down the third base line. Throw on to first is in time, and that will finally get us out of the inning. But Mankato East does a ton of damage here. They get, 1, 2, 3 hits, 10 runs. And no errors for them, but 3 errors on the side of North Branch. And we will head to the top of the second. North Branch has got some work to do at the plate now, but game is only just begun as we head to the top of the second inning. And we will move there after a word from our fine sponsors. So you're listening to state softball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Okay, let's get started. Counselor, give me your case.
Your Honor, I represent the kids on summer vacation. The kids that did their homework all year. Well, mostly. The kids that ate their veggies, looked out for their little sisters and brothers, and took out the trash when Dad was gone fishing. Your Honor, these kids deserve some fun this summer, like train rides, cheeseburgers, movies, whitewater rafting, or the rodeo. Fun for crying out loud. I present Exhibit A.
This week, get a $10 gift certificate to Freddy's and Mora for only $5. That's food for half off. Case closed.
Order in the court.
WCMP deals. Visit WCMPradio.com/deals.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, leading off the top of the second for the North Branch Vikings is Hannah Bernier, the starting pitcher. Again, if you didn't get a chance to hear pregame, I had an interview, really, with the owner of Here's the Pitch in North Branch, Jan Bernier, and it was an awesome interview. Glad I got the opportunity to talk with her and get that interview. I was so blessed to be able to get that interview, and she talked about this team, her daughter, and how this is kind of a bookending for her. She started the state tournament as a freshman back in 2021 when North Branch was here, and now she gets to do so, once again here for her senior season in 2024. Regular season was not what the Vikings would have hoped for, but man, did they finish strong. And a lot of times I say it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. I don't know if that's a test of the sirens or... Okay, so did get a word. It is just a test of the sirens, so no warning here for severe weather. Just a test as a 2-1 count for Hannah Bernier. Yes, it is the summer months now, ladies and gentlemen. We will have the testing at the beginning of the month. It is a Wednesday, so every first Wednesday we do have those tests of the tornado sirens. And I promise it is just a test. I did get it confirmed, don't worry. So only a test of the sirens here in Mankato. As a 3-1 count for Hannah Bernier. I apologize if that is any bit loud in your ears, as Bernier, she gets a piece of that one, fouls it off, and nearly into the game behind us, or behind them. Kitty corner? We'll call it that. It is raining, but there is no threat of severe weather in the area. Just rain and some gusty winds. Full count now for Hannah Bernier, the leadoff for North Branch. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's, a late call, strike 3. And Bernier will go down looking, as that one was on the outside part of the plate for strike 3. So a tough at-bat there for Bernier. And again, no severe weather in the area, just a test of those tornado sirens, as it is the first Wednesday of the month here in summer. Technically not quite summer yet, but it's June. It's close enough. Morgan Mann, the designated player, will bat for Jersey Richter, and she's at the plate now with one down. Looks at that one outside for strike 1. Top of the second, North Branch trails the Mankato East Cougars 10-0. Mankato East, the defending champs in Class 3A. Morgan Mann with an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Stengel. Late swing and miss on that one, and she misses, and that'll be strike number 2. 0-2 count for Morgan Mann. North Branch trying to get something going on the base paths, as they, again, had a tough first inning. But the only way to get back into it is get somebody on the base paths, and reaching for that one is Morgan Mann, and she will strike out swinging. That one was just a tad out of the zone, but North Branch, as they're down 10-0, tend to get aggressive at the plate a little bit, and want to make sure you're not too aggressive so as to swing at too much out of the zone. But you can understand the aggressiveness there from Morgan Mann. Now Alexis Matheson to the plate. She's playing out in left field today for North Branch. Here's the pitch from Stengel, and she fouls that one back. Got a light little drizzle here. Not anything enough to even remotely call the game, so no worry on that. 0-1 count now for Matheson. 2 down for the Vikings in this top of the second. Here's the pitch, and swung on and missed. So now 0-2 for Alexis Matheson here, and North Branch in danger of their second inning in a row, going 1-2-3. Here's the pitch, 0-2 for Matheson. And that one's just inside off the plate for ball 1. So Matheson now with a 1-2 count. A tough job to try and hold off on that pitch, but she does so smartly. Here's the 1-2 to her now. And that one is outside for ball 2. So Matheson being patient, being smart, making sure she's only swinging at strikes, and she watches the last 2 go by for balls. So smart at bat here from Matheson as she tries to become the first base runner for North Branch here in the top of the second. 2-2 count. And here's the pitch from Stengel. That's outside, and Matheson runs that count full now. So 3-2 for Matheson as she, again, tries to become the first base runner for North Branch. Stengel ready. She's the starting pitcher for Mankato East. And here is the full count pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be called fair as it just got out of the batter's box. But the throw on to first is in time from the catcher for out number 3. So that one, I was kind of wondering how that one was going to be scored, but they did call it fair as it just left the batter's box, and it did not hit Matheson in the batter's box. So another 1-2-3 inning for North Branch. No hits, no runs, no errors there by Mankato East. So we'll move to the bottom of the second inning. The Vikings trail 10-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
Back here on KBK, Nice 95.5 FM. Game Day Gilman bringing you all the action from this game. The Cougars went around their entire batting order and even got halfway through it again before getting their third out from North Branch. So now leading off for the Cougars in the bottom of the second will be Carly Wendinger. And the first pitch to her is ball 1 from Hannah Bernier. Hannah Bernier got off to a slow start, and then she started to get into a little bit of a rhythm there. So hopefully this rhythm, she can find it again at the bottom of the second as Wendinger will foul that one back. And now a 1-1 count for Wendinger. Vernon has a quick word with the umpire. So 1-1 count for Wendinger. Here's the pitch from Bernier. Took some off that one, and well in front is Wendinger, and a very nice pitch from Bernier, and now it's a 1-2 count for Wendinger. That's a very nice pitch there from Bernier, and that got Wendinger well out in front of it, and now 1-2, and Bernier trying to grab out number 1, and she does. It'll be strikeout number 1 for Bernier. So after that tough first inning, she gets a strikeout for out number 1 here to begin the second. And that is huge for her confidence going forward because, again, it was a tough first inning. She gave up a couple walks, had a couple errors there by their fielders, and to get a strikeout for out number 1, that is big. Destiny Reasoner now to the plate for the Cougars. First pitch to her is outside for ball 1. Again, had an interview with Jan Bernier, the owner of Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Great interview with her. Be sure to stay tuned to our website, KBK and WCMP. I'll have that interview up there after the game is done, but we'll try and get maybe a snippet or two from it here before the game is done. Got to get through our sponsors first, though. We're not here unless our sponsors, so we got to get through and get a word from them as well. Appreciate our fine sponsors. If it weren't for them, well, I wouldn't be able to come down here and broadcast this game here at State, so appreciate them. Now a 2-1 count after a swing and miss from Destiny Reasoner. Rain picking up just a tad. Again, still not enough to call the game, thankfully, so. But it's enough to be a little bit chilly. This pitch is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Bernier now finding a little bit of a rhythm. A 2-2 count for Reasoner. And Bernier readies. Here's the pitch. That's outside off the plate, and that'll run the count full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes for Destiny Reesner, and Hannah Bernier trying to grab out number 2 for the Vikings. Here's the pitch from from Bernier, and that one is swung on and hit out of the infield for a base hit from Reesner. That will be a 1-out single. So Mankato East will get a runner on first. Now to the plate, Ella Hudspeth. She walked in the first inning. Again, the wind forecasted to be gusting at around 45 miles an hour today. Just ridiculous. Breeze is sitting at about 10 miles an hour, so windy enough for you here today. And 1 down in the bottom of the second. North Branch trails on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 10-0. The first pitch here to Hudspeth is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Hudspeth. Pitch from Bernier. That one's in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. One count, and here's the pitch from Bernier. Swung on and missed, and Verndon quickly up out of her stance to keep that runner at first. Now a 1-2 count for Hudspeth. 1 down for the Cougars. Hannah Bernier readies, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, throw down to first, but the runner's back in time. So the second strikeout here for Hannah Bernier. So there's now 2 down, and a runner at first for Mankato East, the defending champs of Class 3A. Kenley Staunton to the plate. And the Vikings, a much better start to this inning than the first. That one will be on the outside part of the plate for ball 1 to Staunton from Bernier. Here's the pitch. And now 1-0 becomes 1-1. Strike on the outside part of the plate again. Bernier is sticking to the outside part of the plate here these last couple at-bats. Trying to force these Cougar batters to reach. A steal attempt, and the throw down to second is off the mark a tad, and Reesner will be into second safely. So a steal there for Reesner. And it's a 2-1 count for Staunton. Bernier readies. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and fouled back into the netting there. And that'll keep it in the field of play, but it is still foul. And that will run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Staunton. Game day going out here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota. For this Class 3A state tournament game, North Branch trails the Mankato East Cougars 10-0, and that one going to get by the second baseman, and then the right fielder. Oh, what does she do? She got to get back quickly. Kind of didn't have the urgency she probably should have had out there. She missed it getting into her glove, and then unfortunately just didn't have the urgency she probably should have had, as that runner from third will score on the RBI from Staunton. An 11-0 lead now for the Cougars of Mankato East. A runner at first, 2 down. This one, his first pitch into, Maddie Beatty, is ball 1. Still 2 down here for the Cougars. Bernier trying to get her team out of the second inning. This one is in there on the inside part for strike 1. Bernier had been sticking to that outer part of the plate the last couple at-bats. She'll go inside there and starting to paint those edges nicely as the 1-1 pitch on the way. That one swung on and fouled back. And in play, the catcher, Verndon, will grab it for out number 3. So Peyton Verndon will grab the final out of inning number 2. But 2 hits and 1 run cross for Mankato East to make it an 11-0 game. as we will head to the top of the third inning. North Branch trails on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 11-0 here in this quarterfinal game of Class 3A state tournament. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 FM KBK.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit, your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Back here on KBK, Nice 95.5. The game behind us is 6-1 for the home team. Looks like Winona and Simley behind us, so Winona takes a 6-1 lead over behind us. In our game, the Vikings trail 11-0, but you know, if there's a silver lining, it is only the top of the third, so North Branch still has a couple of innings to get and kind of erase that 10-run deficit, because the 10-run rule will come into effect after the fifth inning. Leading off for the North Branch Vikings here in the top of the third, Victoria Thurmer coming to the plate. And the first pitch to her is outside, but on the plate for strike one. 0-1 pitch on the way now from Stengel, and that one's low for ball one. So Thurmer at the plate for North Branch, the third baseman today. Again, a 1-1 count for Stengel for Mankato East. Readies. And here's the 1-1 delivery. That's outside high for ball two. Mankato East, the defending Class 3A champions, come in here. North Branch unseeded, a random draw. And Mankato East, the number 3 seed. North Branch, though, has had an incredible postseason run. And it's not over yet. 2-1. And that pitch is fouled down the first base line by Victoria Thurmer. And that'll even out the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game day given out here at Caswell Park in Mankato. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors, including Here's the Pitch, whether you're trying to take the team or make the team, or whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level. Here's the Pitch in North Branch. State-of-the-art batting cages for baseball and fast pitch softball. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or in the North Branch Outlet Mall. 3-2 now for Thurmer. Here's the Pitch. The area's premier indoor batting cages offers individual batting lessons taught by current or former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Find them on Facebook. 3-2 pitch on the way for Thurmer. She gets this one. A slow roller to the first baseman. Throw on to first is in time. Round number 1. Thought she might have a chance there with that one going, but sped up just enough for the first baseman to get to it. Now Michaela, I know I already said this last name, but I'm going to botch it, and I apologize to any North Branch Vikings listening. Michaela Mihalovic, I believe is how you say it, Mihalovic. Again, if you're listening and I just botched your last name, 1,000 apologies. I sincerely do not mean to. I'm trying to do my best. Mihalovic will swing and miss that one, and it's an 0-1 count. So 1 down for the Vikings here in the top of the third. Mihalovic at the plate. 11-0, the Vikings trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Again, that'll make it 0-2. And thanking all our fine sponsors, of course. Don't forget, if you're listening to KBK, you can listen to your favorite music or local sports anytime, anywhere. Download the new KBEK mobile app. It's free. Just visit iTunes or the Google App Store. Swing and a miss, so 3 straight swings and misses for Michaela Mihalovic. And that'll be out number 2. So now 2 down for the Vikings here in the top of the third. Caitlin Hammond coming to the plates, the shortstop for the Vikings here today. Vikings trail the Cougars, defending champs, 11-0. And again, they need at least 2 runs to eliminate the 10-run rule after 5, so they have some work to do here, do the Vikings. Hammond at the plate for North Branch. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1. North Branch made the drive down here to Caswell Park. It's a beautiful park, beautiful facility, and the parking lot is so full that you have to park at a church nearby, and they have shuttles going with golf carts. I was appreciative of that. Didn't have to haul my heavy bag all the way down here. So I definitely appreciate that. That next pitch here to Hammond is outside for ball 1. Now a 1-1 count to Caitlin Hammond. 2 down for the Vikings here in the top of the 3rd. Hammond trying to be the first base runner for the Vikings. 1-1 pitch on the way. Hammond gets a piece of that one. That one's over towards right field. The right fielder's on it, and she grabs it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down once again for North Branch. And we will move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cougars leading 11-0, but good news for the Vikings. Their defense and pitching has found a little bit of a rhythm here after that tough first inning. So we'll move on down to the bottom of the 3rd, but first, a word from our fine sponsors here as you're listening to State Softball action on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. Right now, Pine City Holiday Station store off 35 has got savings like Mountain Dew, buy 2, get 2. Gatorade varieties, buy 2, get 1 free. Giants seeds, 2 for $4. And ready-to-eat Johnsonville brats and hot dogs, 2 for $4. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Okay, let's get started. Counselor, give me your case.
Your Honor, I represent the kids on summer vacation. The kids that did their homework all year. Well, mostly. The kids that ate their veggies, looked out for their little sisters and brothers, and took out the trash when Dad was gone fishing. Your Honor, these kids deserve some fun this summer, like train rides, cheeseburgers, movies, whitewater rafting, or the rodeo. Fun for crying out loud. I present Exhibit A.
This week, get an hour of horseback riding at Frontier Stables in Frederick, Wisconsin for only $22.50. Horses, nature, case closed.
Order in the court.
WCMP deals. Visit WCMPradio.com/deals.
Yeah, all sorts of deals there on our deals page. If something isn't in stock, check back the next day. We get them restocked quite often. That's, again, WCMPradio.com/deals. We got deals for all sorts of businesses in our local listening area for both KBK and WCMP. So be sure to check that out for, I can't explain to you how good the deals are. They are great. Whether you want dog grooming, tubing, an oil change, or you want to go see a movie, we have all those deals there on our WCMP deals page. The leadoff batter here in the top of the 3rd for Mankato East is Kylan Stengel, and she deals with a even 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one's going to be outside, and that will run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, pitch on the way from Bernier, and that one is swung on and fouled back right to the catcher. On the ground, it wasn't in the air, unfortunately, so she couldn't catch it for the out, but was on the ground, and count will stay full. Bernier readies. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and that one is lifted out towards left. That one is going back. It confuses the left fielder. It is down for a base hit, and she is rounding second into 3rd, and she will stop at 3rd for a leadoff triple for Mankato East. So a leadoff triple to begin the bottom of the 3rd for Kylan Stengel. And now Haley Petzel to the plate. She hit a 2-run homer back in the 1st, and then a 2 RBI single, 2-run single as well, as she batted twice in that inning. So now she's at the plate with a runner in scoring position already. Nobody out. Bernier readies. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Class 4A started off the day at 10 a.m. here at Caswell Park. Those games have wrapped up. A extra inning game between Stillwater and I believe it was, oh, now I can't remember. It doesn't matter because we're in to this game for North Branch. And a 1-1 count now for Petzel as she fouls that one off into the netting. Class 3A going on right now. We've got 4 games going on. In our game, North Branch trails Mankato East 11-0 here in the bottom of the third. Bernier with the next pitch in here to Petzel. That's outside for ball 2. So Petzel, got to be careful with her as she already hit a home run here in this game, but Bernier trying to at least get an out here for the Vikings. A diving attempt at a foul ball, and it's just off the glove of the first baseman there for North Branch, Michaela Mahalovich. So that just missed for out number 1. So now a 2-2 count. Bernier readies, and here's the pitch. That one swung on right down the third base line, and it's going to get by for an RBI single for Petzel. So an RBI single for Petzel, and that makes it a 12-0 lead for Mankato East. Pitch from Bernier is apparently inside for ball 1. Swallow at the plate. A 1-0 pitch on the way. And that one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 now to Swallow, the third baseman for the Cougars. This one swung on and fouled back. That goes over the netting. Everybody watch out. It looks like everyone's okay. 1-2 now the count for Swallow. And Bernier found a little bit of a rhythm there in that last inning, as she faced 5 batters, but only 1 run allowed. No 1 allowed here in this inning after the leadoff triple. This one is popped up towards the second baseman. Oh, and she can't grab it cleanly. It's down. And another, or will reach via an error. Second baseman, she was on it, but that one just in front of her. And out of the glove. So runners now at first and second. Emily Hacker to the plate. Nobody out for Mankato East here in the bottom of the third. First pitch here to Hacker is low for ball 1. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one swung on right at the third baseman. Throw on to third for 1, and that will be all they can get. So they get the leadoff runner, or the lead runner, excuse me, at third for out number 1. And a fielder's choice will allow Hacker to reach first. So still runners at first and second, but now 1 down. And coming to the plate, Carly Wendinger. Pitch from Bernier, outside for ball 1. One-0 count to Wendinger, and that one swung on and fouled back. So that will make it a 1-1 count now for Wendinger. Hannah Bernier, the starting pitcher for North Branch. Readies. And here's the 1-1 delivery. That one swung on, right at the third baseman again. She'll tag the runner heading to third for out number 2. Again, a fielder's choice allows Wendinger to reach. Still runners at first and second, now with 2 down, and Destiny Reisner to the plate. Two down, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one's high for ball 1. Bernier had a tough first inning, as did some of her teammates. Few errors there in that first inning. Allowed 10 runs across, but only 1 run there in the second, and now only 1 here in the third. And Bernier trying to help her team out of this inning, only allowing the 1 run. This one is swung on and fouled into the netting there, and now we'll make it a 1-1 count for Reesner. Here's the 1-1 from Bernier, and that one is in there for strike 2. Bernier with a nice pitch there, and now makes it 1-2 for Reesner as Bernier and company try and get out of the third inning. Bernier readies. Here's the 1-2. Now one just outside. That runner at second. She is halfway to third, and Vernon just holds on to it, walks it out to the pitcher. Don't want to get an error throwing it down there, and worst case scenario, allow a run to score. So here's the next pitch from Bernier. It's into the chest plate of Vernon, but she keeps it in front of her. And the runners will stay at first and second. Now a full count for Reesner. And Bernier still trying to help her team out of the third inning. Bernier readies, and here's the pitch. And that's just high for ball 4. So that will load the bases for Mankato East. And now the Vikings will have any bag that they can touch will be an out. And coming to the plate to bat appears to be maybe a pinch hitter for Ella Hudspeth. If that's the case, that's Harper Stengel. That would be the pinch hitter. So Harper Stengel will come in here in the bottom of the third to pinch hit for Ella Hudspeth. We're getting everything situated. We did get a pinch runner there at first as well. So the umpire will get that on his card. He'll wipe off home plate, and we'll be ready with the bases loaded at bat for Harper Stengel. 2 down, and the Vikings still trying to get out of inning number 3. Bernier readies. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. An 0-1 count now for Stengel. Bernier with that one. That one swung on into shallow right. The right fielder cannot get to it in time. It gets down. That's going to score 1 and 2. And a 2-run double for Harper Stengel. So that scores 2 to make it 14-0 in favor of Mankato East. Now at the plate, Kenley Staunton. That one's in there for strike 1. Runners at second and third, 2 down still. And the Vikings trail 14-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Here's the next one. That one swung on out towards third. That might get down, and well, it will. That'll score 1. That will score 2. A 2-run single for Staunton. So that one will score 2 to make it 16-0, and now a runner at first, still 2 down. Well, now does appear maybe we'll get a pinch hitter here for Maddie Beatty. And looking at the roster sheet, that'll be number 15. That would be Jaden Meyer. So Meyer will come here in the third. A player-only conference in the circle. Give us a chance to talk about our fine sponsors, and here's the pitch. Here's the pitch in North Branch. Bring your own pitcher and swing for just $35, or use one of their state-of-the-art pitching machines for just $40. Here's the pitch in North Branch. Make your plate appearance today. Several of the players on this North Branch State Tournament team train at Here's the Pitch. So, yes, that team does, and I had a word with Jan Bernier, the owner of Here's the Pitch, and she just talked so highly of this team and being able to be a part of it here this year and watch their growth throughout the season, how the regular season didn't go the way they'd hoped, but, man, just their growth throughout the season. Of course, don't forget, we have St. Paul Saints tickets we're giving away every Friday. Listen to WCMP or KBEK all summer long for your chance to win tickets to the St. Paul Saints. It's your chance to enjoy the sights, sounds, and feel of CHS Field every Friday morning, which is brought to you by the Hinckley Firehouse. Jaden Meyer will be at the plate for Mankato East. Her team leads 16-0. Hannah Bernier with 2 outs still trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one, good one in there for strike one. She likes the outside part of the plate here today, and she's been painting the edges real well. That one's going to be in there for strike two, so Bernier has fired these last two in there. 0-2 now to Jaden Meyer. Comes in for Maddie Beatty. Bernier, that one just off the plate. That's okay to miss with that one. Trying to get her to swing at one outside the zone, but she does not bite. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Bernier. That one swung on and missed for out number 3. So an extended third inning, but the Vikings finally get out of it. But they do surrender 5 runs on 4 hits. 4 hits will surrender 5 runs in the third. And it's a 16. Man, math is hard today. 16-0 lead for the Mankato East Cougars. The Vikings, though, will have their turn at the plate. We'll turn it over to the top of the order for the Vikings. We'll see Vernon, Pfeiffer, and Charpentier make their way to the plate to begin the top of the 4th. So back after a word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, here at Caswell Park in Mankato, for this Class 3A state tournament here, again, on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com. Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, top of the 4th inning. It'll be Vernon, Pfeiffer, and Charpentier to the plate for the Vikings. Back to the top of the order. Don't forget, you can get the KBEK mobile app. Listen to local sports or your favorite music via Bluetooth in the car, maybe even on the tractor in the field or at the office. The app is free and available now in iTunes or Google Play. Vernon at the plate. Vikings trying to get their first base runner on of the afternoon. And Vernon watches that one go low for strike one. Kylan Stengel, the pitcher for Mankato East, still out there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on, and that's going to get past the shortstop. And finally, the North Branch Vikings get their first base runner with a base hit from Peyton Vernon. So the Vikings finally find some life there at the plate and get their first base runner on with Peyton Vernon. Vernon gets on with a base hit, and she's one of the many seniors, 8 to 10 on this team. 8 on the roster, but I believe with the managers and one of their players who unfortunately suffered a season-ending injury, it's 10. So now a runner on first and a half. Check swing by Pfeiffer, but it is in there for strike one. Abigail Pfeiffer at the plate. You got that runner on first, now on the leadoff batter in Vernon. Stengel readies. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And Pfeiffer watches that one on the outside part of the plate for strike two. 16 runs is tough to overcome, but North Branch, with their incredible postseason, hey, why not? They need at least 7 to get this game out of the 5th inning, and to all 7. Here's the pitch. Pfeiffer gets that one right out to center field. It's going to get by the center fielder. It's going to be one, and Vernon is into third safely. A double there for Abigail Pfeiffer. So now you've got runners on second and third. And all of a sudden, Vikings have found life here in the top of the fourth. Aubrey Charpentier now making her way to the plate for North Branch. Down by a lot, but Vikings need 7 to get out of the fifth inning via that 10-run rule. I don't know if that 15-run rule applies here in the fourth, but they'd need 2 to get out of the fourth via the 15-run rule. So if that is the case, Vikings need at least 2 here in the fourth to get out of the fourth via the 15-run rule. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be low. So a 1-1 count now for Aubrey Charpentier. Got runners at second and third for Charpentier. Nobody out for this top of the fourth. 16-0, the Vikings trail. Here's the pitch from Stengel. Charpentier gives that one a swing. That's going to get over the first baseman's head. That will score 1. And the Vikings are going to be aggressive. They're going to try and get this one in, and they will. A 2-run single there from Aubrey Charpentier. Well, that'll get them out of the fourth. And Charpentier scores 2, and the Vikings are on the board. Well, it took them 4 innings, but better late than never, and they are on the board with 2 there from the RBI single from Charpentier. 16-2, and the Vikings have found some life here in the top of the fourth. Hannah Bernier to the plate, runner on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Stengel. That was low for ball 1. So now the Vikings have found some life in the top of the fourth, and be the 15-run rule, they'll get out of the fourth. Bernier gives this one a swing. Back to the pitcher. Oh, it goes out of her glove. Throw down to first. Is in time for out number 1. So Bernier cannot get to first in time, but she does advance the runner to second, and Bernier will be a ground out victim for out number 1. But she does advance that runner to second. That ball went right. It almost looked through, but it went off of the pitcher's glove and right to the shortstop. Throw on to first is in time, but Bernier advances that runner to second. Morgan Mann at the plate now for North Branch. 1 down, runner on second. Here's the pitch from Stengel. Mann gets this swing. It's going to be foul. So a foul ball there for Morgan Mann down the third base line. And an 0-1 count. Stengel with the pitch. And a late swing and miss there by Morgan Mann to make it an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch in North Branch. Had a great interview really with their owner, Jan Bernier. Fantastic interview. If we don't get a chance to hear it again during this game, stay tuned to our websites, kbk.com, wcmpradio.com. I'll have that interview up there a little bit later. This pitch to Mann is outside for ball 1. So a 1-2 count now for Mann. Runner on second, 1 down. Here in the top of the fourth, 16-2, Vikings trail. Here's the pitch from Stengel. That one swung on and fouled down the first base line. Here's the pitch in North Branch, whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level. Get into Here's the Pitch, state-of-the-art batting cages for baseball and fast pitch softball. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or in the North Branch Outlet Mall. Morgan Mann with a 1-2 count again. Stengel with the pitch. Mann hits this one down the third base line and foul. So Morgan Mann keeping herself alive with that foul ball. Top of the fourth. Vikings have scored 2 runs via that 2-run single from Aubrey Charpentier, who finds herself on second right now. A 1-2 count for Morgan Mann. Here's the pitch from Stengel. That one's low for ball 2. A now 2-2 count for Morgan Mann. Caswell Park in Mankato, the site for today's Class 3A state softball. Game day Gilman out here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. 2-2 count for Mann. Here's the pitch from Stengel. Mann gets a piece of it and will foul it off. And she'll keep herself alive, 2-2. I will be out here for as long as the Vikings are down here. Whether they win this game and play again tomorrow and then play again Friday, or they sadly fall in this game and win tomorrow and then play again tomorrow night, I will be here as long as the Vikings are here playing in the state tournament. 2-2 pitch on the way for Mann, and this one, a slow roller, and tough out of the box there for Mann just because of the fact that I wasn't sure if she maybe thought it hit her, or she wasn't sure if maybe it was going to be a foul ball, but got out of the box a little bit slow. No fault of her own, really. But she does advance that runner to third. So now 2 down, runner at third here for the North Branch Vikings, and that brings to the plate Alexis Matheson. 2 down, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Vikings did not get off to the greatest of starts here. 3 straight 1-2-3 innings, and gave up 10 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and then 5 just in the third. But now at the plate, they've seemingly gotten to a rhythm. That can be hard, especially when you're out in the field a lot, have to sit out there, play defense, and haven't been at the plate a ton. It can be hard, but Vikings doing a good job here in the top of the fourth, as that one is going to be ball, as Matheson does a good job watching that one go by for ball 2. 2-0 count here for Matheson. Vikings have had a amazing postseason run. The regular season, not what they would have hoped, but man, that postseason run, oh, what a run for them. Beating the top seed at Rockridge. I mean, not often you see a team as the 6th seed beat the number 1 seed. And now Matheson will hit this one right back to the pitcher, and she throws it on to first in time for out number 3. So the Vikings get 3 hits and 2 runs here in the top of the fourth. No errors by Mankato East, and that'll send us down to the bottom of the fourth. So for North Branch, they avoid the 15-run rule, and we'll head down to the bottom of the fourth, and Mankato East will now have their turn, and the Vikings will try and get back on defense and get back to the fifth and try and get some of those runs back again. And Kevin Stengel will lead off for the Mankato East Cougars. Game day going out here at Caswell Park in Mankato for this Class 3A state tournament. We will have a new pitcher here for the Mankato East Cougars. And looking at it, that will be number 14, the new pitcher. We'll have to get that up here for you. It's a new pitcher here for the Cougars. And we might not get time for a commercial break. And number 14, the new pitcher for Mankato East. Or, that's why. It's a new pitcher for North Branch. I am somehow confused on that. It's a North Branch. Hannah Bernier. For some reason, I'm thinking Mankato East is still pitching and North Branch is still at bat. Oh. Well, they did do a good job there in the top of the fourth to get 2 runs. As I get confused as to who's pitching. Hannah Bernier is the young lady pitching for North Branch. Had a tough outing, but these last couple innings have been pretty darn good, as she will face off against now number 11, who will bat for Kylan Stengel. And I promise that is the right thing. So in for Kylan Stengel will be Zeely Rautenberg. Try and write that down. So Rautenberg in at the plate, and she has a 1-2 count now. I promise you, it's Hannah Bernier at the in the circle still, pitching for North Branch, and Rautenberg now batting in place of Kylan Stengel of Mankato East. Now a 2-2 count, as that one is high for Rautenberg, or Rautenberg. 2-2 pitch on the way from Bernier, and that one's low, and that will run the count full. Bottom of the fourth, Vikings trail 16-2 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Here's the pitch in North Branch, one of our fine sponsors. Here's the pitch. The area's premier indoor batting cages offers individual batting lessons taught by current or former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook. The next pitch to Rautenberg is outside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Cougars, and now to the plate will be a new batter as well. That'll be number 13, Ella Fugazi for Petzel. So Ella Fugazi to the plate for Mankato East. They lead 16-2. Obviously not worried about giving up this 14-run lead, but for North Branch, you're saying to yourselves, you got to take that a little bit personally. As Michael Jordan would say, I took that personally. They got 2 runs there in the top of the 4th. 14 runs is hard, but they've got 3 more innings to get those 14 runs. First pitch here to Fugazi is in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Hannah Bernier readies. Here's the pitch. And she check swings that one. That one's down the first base line, but foul. Tough because that out and right at the first baseman for North Branch, Holovich, and she would have had an easy out as she would have just had to step on the bag. So 0-2, this one high, and then the throw down to first that got, back under the tag. Holovich, she was there. That was a beautiful throw down to first by Verndon, but Holovich, apparently that tag was just late, and the runner for first is back safely. Good throw down there by Verndon, but runner is back safely. Here's the pitch by Bernier, and that one's just off the plate. So a 2-2 count for Fugazi. That one in there for strike 3, and Fugazi will go down looking for out number 1. So 1 down and a runner at first for Mankato East. And now, yes, again, another new batter for the Cougars. That'll be number 4 coming in, and that is Aubrey Bobby. So Aubrey Bobby coming in to hit for Swalve. And first pitch to her, swung on and fouled back into the fencing there for a foul ball. It'll be an 0-1 count for her as she makes her way back into the batter's box. Mankato East, the defending Class 3A champions, is who North Branch is facing off here in Game 1 of the state tournament. Next pitch is outside for ball 1, and throw down to first, not in time for Mihalovich, and she has to fall backwards to grab that one, but she does so and keeps that ball in play, so no error on the throw. A 1-1 count for Aubrey Bobby. Here's the pitch from Bernier. Swung on, fouled back. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Game day going out here at Caswell Park in Mankato for nice 95.5 FM KBK. North Branch Vikings taking on the Mankato East Cougars here in Game 1 of the state tournament. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed by Aubrey Bobby for out number 2. So 2 down now and a runner at first still for Mankato East. And I do believe this will be another pinch hitter, number 18, going to come to the plate. 19. And that is Amelia Hacker. So Amelia Hacker in for Emily Hacker. So Amelia Hacker will be the new batter for Emily Hacker here in the 4th. I got to assume we would see a ton of pinch hitters come in now as Mankato East just looking to protect their 16-2 lead. But 2 down, runner at first for Mankato East. Amelia Hacker at the plate, Hannah Bernier with the pitch. That one's high for ball 1, and Peyton Vernon has done a good job here keeping that runner at first. That runner at first has gotten caught leaning a couple times, and Vernon has had a couple throws down, but they have just been off the mark a tad. This one swung on by Amelia Hacker, foul back into the netting, and that'll make it a 1-1 count. So the Vikings have had a tough first game here. Started in that first inning when the Cougars got 10 runs, then 1 run in the second, and 5 there in the third. A swing and a miss here by Amelia Hacker for strike 2. So 1-2 count now, and the Vikings trying to get out of inning number 4. Bottom of the fourth, Vikings trail 16-2 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Bernier. That one should be in there for strike 3, looking to Amelia Hacker for out number 3. No hits, no runs for the Cougars. No errors by either side here in the fourth. And we'll move to what probably could be the 5th and final inning. The North Branch Vikings will need, let's count them up, they will need 5 runs for this game to get out of inning number 5. So 5 runs is what the North Branch Vikings need to get out of the 5th inning and get this game forward and possibly into a 6th and 7th. So we'll be back after word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK.
There's just nothing like being on the water, especially on a pontoon. Pine Toon Rental in Pine City has your next outing. Spend the day on the water. Cruise between Cross Lake and Pekegama Lake. Over 20 miles of shoreline with several stops along the way. And start creating memories that'll last a lifetime. But you've got to reserve your pontoon first. Visit PinetoonRental.com. PinetoonRental.com.
Sean here from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. We care about your comfort and safety. Regularly checking your propane gauge is critical, and when it reaches 30%, it's time to give us a call at 715-689-1032 to request a fill. Reliable service from your local cooperative. Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
Yeah, huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. If it weren't them, we wouldn't be able to be out here and call any of these games, especially at the state tournament. Also, want to give a huge shout out to Here's the Pitch. Here's the Pitch, the area's premier indoor batting cages, offers individual batting lessons taught by current or former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook. Leading off the top of the 5th for the North Branch Vikings, Victoria Thurmer. They need, again, 5 runs to get out of the 5th. Otherwise, that 10-run rule will come into effect and will end it after 5. The new pitcher for the Mankato East Cougars is Haley Petzel, number 20. First pitch into Thurmer is swung on and missed. So Thurmer will now have an 0-1 count. Again, Vikings need 5 to get this game down into the bottom of the 5th and then hopefully stretch it for the rest of the time to the 7th. For them to try and get a chance at getting 14 runs back. It'd be hard, but hey, we've seen incredible comebacks before. For the North Branch Vikings, if they were to lose this game, they would go down and play in the consolation bracket and will be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. And yes, we will be back for that one. If they won that game tomorrow, they'd play again tomorrow at 7 p.m. This one is swung on and hit into right field for Thurmer, and a base hit to lead off the 5th for North Branch. So a leadoff single there for Victoria Thurmer. Now coming to the plate, Michaela Mihalovic. Mihalovic to the plate. 0 for 1 today. Strikeout back in the 3rd. Runner on first, nobody down for North Branch. Here's the pitch. That one's low inside for ball 1 to Mihalovic. And again, if I'm pronouncing that last name wrong, 1,000 apologies. Not my intent at all. 1-0 count for Mihalovic and Petzel with the pitch. Check swing and the throw down to first. Oh, that completely confused the catcher as Thurmer will take second. Thurmer had a lead. She kind of faked back to first, and as soon as the catcher cocked back to throw down to first, she was off to second, and Thurmer takes second on a steal. A good steal there by Thurmer to take second. It's a 1-1 count for Mihalovic. Pitch on the way. That one is in there on the outside part for strike 2 to Michaela Mihalovic. Michaela Mihalovic with a 1-2 count. The pitch on the way from Petzel. That one swung on and missed, and Mihalovic will go down swinging as out number 1. One down for the Vikings, a runner on second, and now to the plate, Caitlin Hammond. Runner at second, one down again. They need 5, do the Vikings, to get out of this 5th inning. Otherwise, the 10-run rule will come into effect, and that will end it. Hammond readies, Petzel with the pitch. Hammond watches that one go by for strike 1. Brightened up here a little bit, sun not shining, but it has brightened up a little bit. Clouds still here, but rain has definitely been gone for the last few innings, but the wind is still blowing everywhere. A 0-1 pitch from Petzel to Hammond. Swung on, and that's hit towards the shortstop. Throw on to first is in time for out number 2. So the Vikings down to their final out of this game. They trail 16-2, and because of the 10-run rule, that 3rd out would be it for this game for the Vikings. Peyton Verndon will make her way to the batter's box. She got a runner at second. And Vikings lose. They'll be back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. This one is in there. A little something off that one from Petzel. It's in there inside for strike 1. A 6-1 lead behind us for Winona as they play against Simley. 0-1 pitch on the way for Verndon. Swung on, and a slow roller to the pitcher. Underhand to first, and that will be it. So a ground out to the pitcher, and that will be it for this one. The North Branch Vikings fall to the Mankato East Cougars 16-2 after 5 innings, and that will do it for Game 1 of the state tournament for the Vikings. So, the Vikings fall to the Mankato East Cougars, the defending champions of Class 3A, 16-2. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors to recap this game, let you know what's coming up for us tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow because North Branch plays tomorrow, so yes, we will be back tomorrow for more state softball action. Back here after word from our fine sponsors, you're listening to State Softball on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
You've played the game. Now, be the game. Be the game.
Human Foosball!
Yeah, Human Foosball, part of Freedom Fest Fun, brought to you by the Pine City Parks and Rec and WCMP. It's a Human Foosball tournament. Win some cool prizes. So get your team of 6 people together. June 29th. Tournament starts at 5 p.m. at the Pine County Fairgrounds. Pre-registration is recommended. Email wcmptraffic@gmail.com. Open to people 50 inches and taller and ages 12 and older. Freedom Fest Human Foosball. Human Foosball at the Pine County Fairgrounds, June 29th. All part of Freedom Fest. Brought to you by Pine City Parks and Rec and WCMP.
Attention baseball fans! Are you ready to experience the thrill of St. Paul Saints baseball with our weekly live on-air giveaway? That's right! Every Friday is your chance to score big and win tickets to see the Saints live in action at beautiful CHS Field. Imagine the atmosphere, the crack of the bat, the smell of freshly popped popcorn, and the joy of being surrounded by fellow fans. Special thank you to our incredible sponsor, bringing in the heat with Hinckley Firehouse. Listen to WCMP every Friday morning for your chance to win tickets to the St. Paul Saints.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
There's just nothing like being on the water, especially on a pontoon. Pine Toon Rental in Pine City has your next outing. Spend the day on the water in style with this 20-footer that holds up to 9 passengers. Whether you want to fish or just float, take the river, take the lake, but you've got to reserve your pontoon first. Visit pinetoonrental.com. pinetoonrental.com.
At Walia Health, your eye health is our passion. With cutting-edge technology and a team dedicated to your well-being, we're here to ensure your eyesight shines bright. From diagnosing and treating conditions like cataracts and glaucoma to helping you find the perfect pair of glasses or contacts, we've got you covered. Schedule your appointment today at waliahealth.org or give us a call at 320-679-2020. Let's keep those eyes sparkling together.
Let's talk concrete. Let's talk St. Croix Construction in Hinckley. St. Croix Construction has openings right now for your concrete project. House slabs, basements, garage or pull shed floors, driveways, patios, colored, stamped, or exposed aggregate. Get on St. Croix Construction's calendar now. 320-279-1435. Or find St. Croix Construction LLC on Facebook. Concrete done right with St. Croix Construction.
Back here on KBK, nice 95.5 FM. The Vikings fall to the Mankato East Cougars 16-2. So we'll be back here tomorrow to call their game, which will be at 9 a.m. in the consolation round. And then if they win that game at 9 a.m., they would play again back here at 7 p.m. for the consolation championship. For the Vikings, of course, Hannah Bernier went all four. She gave up 9 hits, 16 runs, walked 7, and struck out 7 as well. So we'll be back here tomorrow to call that game for North Branch at 9 a.m. Stay tuned for that. Of course, stay tuned to the morning shows for all things local sports. Our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com, and our social medias, our Facebooks, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, whether it's coaches being hired, coaches retiring, LOI signings, record breakings, whatever it is, stay tuned for all that and more on our websites. Of course, our schedule will be on WCMPradio.com, KBK.com at the Schedules tab, and then also interviews as well as that interview with Jan Bernier, owner of Here's the Pitch in North Branch, will be up on our website on both KBK.com and WCMPradio.com. So again, the Vikings fall to the Cougars of Mankato East 16-2. They'll be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Stay tuned. We'll be back out here for that game as well. For nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your afternoon.